The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the program host and do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by TCN TV Network Incorporated. Due to the social nature of this broadcasting channel, videos may contain content copyrighted by another entity or person. The TCN TV Network claims no rights to the said content. TCN TV Network cannot be held accountable for the copyrighted content. TCN TV Network is a messenger and sharer of information and strives to verify but cannot warrant the accuracy of copyrights or completeness of the information on this program.
Welcome everybody to In the Now with Simone, Jennifer Smith. It's Friday. Beautiful day today. Just in general, today is a beautiful day. It's a really beautiful day in the studio, but we're gonna get to that in a second. I definitely wanna say, before we go any further, right underneath here, if you're on YouTube, there's that subscribe button. Press that for me, please. That's the first thing I'm gonna ask you to do for me. Then I want you to like this video and share it out. Why? Because I have some wonderful things to talk about today, especially when it comes to our women. So I'm going to jump right into the show because I really want to get to like the third and the fourth segment as quickly as possible. But let's talk about some of the wonderful women that we find in our world. One of the first women that kind of popped up, and it's only because I saw a video that she was doing, and I'm going to play that video, and then I'm going to tell you some more about this wonderful woman we'd like to call Miss Debbie Allen. No, there's the video, girl. It's a video. The video, Selena, the video.
Come on, everybody, let's go. Cabana cha-cha, cabana cha-cha. Hey, cha-cha-cha, cha-cha-cha. Break it down, down, down. Break it down, down, down. Break it, cabana cha-cha, cabana cha-cha, cabana cha-cha, cabana cha-cha.
So yes, so this is Mrs. Debbie Allen, and she hit it big in 1980, starring in a Broadway revival of The West Side Story. Her performance earned her a Tony nomination and landed her role as the dance instructor in the movie that most of us know, Fame. Even the younger ones might know about it. Yeah, Fame is very, very popular. So the film evolved into a successful television spinoff in 1982, in which Allen co-starred and won 3 Emmys for choreography. In 2001, Allen opened the Debbie Allen Dance Academy in Los Angeles. She's also made other appearances on TV, starring in the sitcom In the House, and this was from 95 to 99, alongside LL Cool J, and also in Grey's Anatomy, and that was in 2005 to 2013. So there is, of course, a story behind her, which is why I think she's so wonderful. When Debbie was 12 years old, she auditioned for the Houston Ballet School. Although her performance was good enough for admission, the school denied her entry based on the color of her skin. A year later, a Russian instructor at the school who saw Debbie perform secretly enrolled the inspiring dancer. By the time the admission departments had even noticed, she was already in and they were already impressed. So this was the beginning of the wonderful Debbie Allen. But her struggles didn't stop. At 16, during what she believed was a successful audition for the North Carolina School of Arts, she was chosen to demonstrate technique for other prospective students, but later, however, her application was rejected because her body was not suited for ballet. This is a criticism often used to discourage black dancers back then. And of course, in that picture is her and her sister, Phyllis Rashad. You guys will probably remember her the best from The Cosby Show. That was Mom, Mrs. Huxtable. Okay. So Allen has received several honors for her work, including an honorary doctorate from the North Carolina School of the Arts, where she had originally been rejected from. So how ironic is that? She also earned a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and a Lifetime Achievement Award from the American Women in Radio and Television. At 70, this woman is 70, actress, dancer, and choreographer Mrs. Allen was born on January 16th and is now like 70 years old. Like, I don't even know what to say about that. But I will say this. I'm so happy. I'll say this again. I'm so happy that I was born black. I really am. Because it just means that you age. Like, if that's 70, like I'm 40. I think I'm doing all right at 40, right? Imagine that. 70, that she's able to dance and still do the things that she did when she was probably in her 20s, 30s, and early 40s. Just amazing. When we get back, we're actually going to dive into two more women who I think are absolutely incredible. And then we're going to have our special guest, our wonderful woman of the day, Miss Christina Smith. We'll see you guys soon.
With so many newspapers within the community, it's sometimes hard to tell what separates us from the rest. Most of the time, they all brag about the same thing. You know, the large circulations, tons of online views, and it can go on and on. But what really separates the Toronto Caribbean newspaper apart from everybody else? Well, it's simple. Our service. No, seriously. Hi, I'm Grant Browning, founder and CEO of the Toronto Caribbean newspaper. I have over 20 years of branding and marketing experience, and I've worked with countless companies and corporations to do one thing, and that is to raise their profits with their brand. With over 40 years of combined experience in branding and marketing, our amazing staff is fully prepared to sit down and figure out exactly what you need to stand out from your competitors.
The reason why you don't see that anymore is because
the ad is too powerful, bring too much people.
So what are you waiting for? Give us a call today. We'll be happy to help.
So welcome back to In the Now with Simone Jennifer Smith. I'm thankful, and something I haven't done yet is I haven't given my big ups to my wonderful, beautiful, another wonderful woman who one day I'm going to drag her behind here, Miss Selena McCallum. I love you. Thank you for all the work that you do. You are another very powerful force, and I look forward to see what you're going to do in the future with me right behind you. Okay, now let's go into our last two wonderful women research projects that I kind of did this morning because I really wanted to surround this interview around my special guest. Okay, so Miss Lisa Binns is a Brooklyn girl, born and raised, and she was a teacher for 20 years in the New York public school system. But she just reached a point in her teaching career where she wanted to do something different. She just wasn't sure what she was going to do next, so she put it out there into the universe, and it conspired to help her find a new path. So Lisa, our Barbados-born, US-raised, former high school principal from Brooklyn, New York, was vacationing in Jamaica, of course, of all places, in 2009 when she met the two loves of her life. So embracing the Rastafari traditions, she also found her love for sustainable organic culture. So her and her husband, Chris, started and have built an organic farm and a curated experience for their guests. But at the base of it all is their love story. Their story built around the love of their land, of each other, and of the beauty of the experience, which I think is such a beautiful thing. So they fell in love, and they basically like bonded on this love for the earth, which I think is wonderful. So Stush in a Bush is what they actually established. And I'm going to tell you some more. Give me 1 second. I want to pull up the right information. All right. So Lisa now offers organic health produce such as vegetables, fruits, and spices to Jamaicans and, of course, foreign visitors, as well as delicious vegetarian dishes which combine soul food technique with the island's own traditional cuisine through the Stush in the Bush experience. So I definitely suggest everybody check out this whole Stush in the Bush. You can go online, plug it into Google. It's going to come up. Everything on her and her husband are going to come up. I think that's such a beautiful and wonderful love story. I really appreciate you, Lisa, for taking, actually legit, stepping out of your comfort zone. You were like, I've been teaching. Most people stay in a career for a really long time. Once they hit a certain career, they stay there. You were like, nah, teaching's fine, but I want to do something else. And you ventured out and found your love and your other career. Kudos to you, girl. All right, so now I'm going to take us Guatemala. So her name is Rigoberto Menchu. Now, this woman, why I have to speak about her, she was born on January 9th, 1959, to a poor Indian peasant family and raised in the Quiche branch of the Mayan culture. In her early years, she helped the family farm work either in the northern highlands, where her family lived, or on the Pacific coast, where both adults and children went to pick coffee on big plantations. So in 1979, Rigoberto followed in her father's footsteps, who happened to be a revolutionary, and joined the CUC, which is also known as the Community of the Peasant Union. That year, her brother was arrested, tortured, and killed by the army. The following year, her father was killed when security forces in the capital stormed the Spanish embassy, where he and some other peasants were staying. Shortly after that, her mother also died after being arrested, tortured, and raped. So this woman lost everybody. But yet, Rigoberto became increasingly active in the CUC and taught herself Spanish as well as other Mayan languages besides her native Quiche. So in 1981, Rigoberto Menchú had to go into hiding in Guatemala and then flee to Mexico. That marked the beginning of a new phase in her life as the organizers abroad of resistance to oppression in Guatemala and the struggle for the Indian peasant people's rights. So this woman was a fighter. Over the years, she has become widely known as a leading advocate of Indian rights and ethno-culture reconciliation, not only in Guatemala, but in the Western Hemisphere generally, and her work has earned her several international awards. Now she has a global bestseller. So everything I've told you, you guys can actually find in this book, The Remarkable Life of Rigoberta Menchú, a Guatemalan peasant woman, reflects on the experience common to many Indian communities in Latin America. The pages of this book are illuminated by her enduring courage and passionate sense of justice. When we get back, now this is just the beginning. And again, I selected certain women because a lot of these women are a little bit older that I have selected. And it kind of brings me to the fact where women who are empowered can happen at all stages of our lives and all generations and through all centuries. And in our time right now, we have another young woman who I truly believe is going to be, we'll be reading about her in a few years, probably even sooner than we think. When we come back, I'm going to have the lovely Christina Smith on In the Now.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. May your dreams all come true. Happy birthday to you.
refuse to promote, report on anything negative in the community.
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity and our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.
Further ado, it is my honor, it is my privilege, and with full excitement to introduce to you guys, make some noise for T.NA Smith.
So, oh, you're so little. Am I just really big, or are you like really? You're so cute.
No, I'm really little.
I would like to welcome to our show today. Girl, she's so cute. Miss Christina Smith. She's sitting here dying of laughter at this video.
Yeah,
What?
I didn't know you guys were gonna put that.
I had to find. Listen, I was like, once I heard about you, I had to do. I always do my research.
No, I love
my
it. I'm
guests
the same way.
because it allows me to kind of feel out their energy and know how to work with them when I get to sit down with them. So, Christina, thank you for coming to In the Now.
Thank you for
Really,
having me.
really appreciate it. We're actually going to speak about that young lady back there in a minute, but I want to start with you. So I'm going to give you guys a little introduction to who I've learned to be such a really incredible soul. So T.NA, which we're going to speak about,
Yeah.
pronounced Tina. I'm like, where's the I? See, these young people always try to listen. We're going to talk about, okay? T.NA spelled Tina. I was like, what? Okay. So Miss Tina Smith is a 21-year-old classical vocalist and versatile performer in a musical genre. And I'm just going to say, this young woman sings opera. And before I even came into the studio today, I already had requests of, I hope she sings. So maybe we'll get a little something. I don't know how the acoustics are in here, but maybe we'll get a little something out of her, okay? So she's been applauded.
Simone, you just putting me on the spot.
Yeah, I really am. I'm sorry. Like, it wasn't even me. It's not my request. I was gonna, like, if she wants to sing, but I'm like, So you've been applauded by, like, Julie Black, NDP leader Andrea
Horvath.
Yes. You have this natural gift, and we're going to talk about that. You are a very young woman. You're only 21, yet when I sit beside you, you have this maturity. Let's talk about where this journey began. I just want to jump into you. How did this all start for you?
So, my mom never lets me forget that when I was about 2.
Thanks, Mom.
Right. Hi, Mom. She's watching right now. When I was about 2, she used to play like Handel's Messiah, that like Hallelujah.
Yes.
So she used to play that and a whole bunch of different classical music. So that became part of my early training. But where I really found that was my niche was when I moved to Jamaica. Funny enough, there we moved back because my mom really wanted to get a sense of she wanted me to get a sense of family. Culture, and I'm so grateful that I had that experience. And while I was there, I went to school at St. Andrew's Prep. Big up St. Andrews. And one of her good friends, she actually started training me. She said, you would be really good in classical music. So the first song I think I did was "Sleep Baby Sleep," and I actually won the gold medal in the parish finals for the JCTC competition. Yeah. And ever since then, I've realized that was really my gift. So moving back to Canada in 2008, I started working more with my teachers at school, doing different recitals. But when I got
You just missed that picture. We should go back. Can we go back to that picture actually, please? Because you said that perfectly. I never expect you to drop that, but we'll talk about this, I'm sure, in a minute too. But speaking of people who've helped you. Okay, so keep going.
Yeah,
Teachers, you work with people. Go ahead.
So by 2011, I started Wexford Collegiate School for the Arts. With Anne Miriam, and that I think was one of the most important journeys in my life because I learned a lot about my capacity. I learned a lot of the basics about being on time, making sure that
We'll talk about that later too.
I didn't mean it like that.
She just drew the biggest card.
No, I didn't mean it like that, I swear. But no, really though, I learned a lot, and I think one of the things that Anne mentioned to me was that I have a tendency to self-sabotage. And at first, at 14, 15, 16, I was like, I don't know what that means.
What does it even mean?
She's crazy. I'm not doing that. But as I got older, as I went to university, I realized that self-sabotage isn't just consciously knowing that you're doing things. It's believing that, okay, I don't deserve this opportunity, so let me not put myself out there and fail, because that's the worst thing, you know what I mean? And so when I realized that was something that I was doing, it kind of made me stop in my tracks and say, hey, I deserve everything that I want. There's nothing that's really stopping me other than myself. And so I was really, really fortunate to have that experience at Wexford, and I met some amazing, amazing people who've gone on to do phenomenal things. Dante Colley, he's now like I think there was an article released from Forbes about him. I'm so proud of him. People like Lamar Johnson, like I was in grade 9 when he was in grade 12 doing like crazy stuff. Now he's with Halle Berry and it's so like I got so much inspiration from those people.
Right. Yes.
That I consider that one of my privileges to be able to have gone to an art school where that was accepted, and not only was it accepted, but being a Black person, that was never a barrier.
Right.
It wasn't like, oh, you're colored, you can't do this. They encouraged
it, regardless of your
exactly.
color. Love
and
it.
so after leaving high school, I think that was the roughest time in my life because I lost a lot of people who really, really inspired me, and that goes back to me being grateful for the time that I had in Jamaica.
So when you said lost as into death, or just lost? Yeah. Okay, lost people to death. Okay.
Yeah, particularly my aunt, who Charmaine Henry, was my absolute inspiration for everything. Like when I tell you she was an artist in every way, she could take literally a cloth that she found on the street and turn that into fashion. She half of me
is her.
Yes. Yeah, and I lost her, and that was such a hard time for me because I was going into university, and some people wanted me to go to Western for music, and I really wanted to follow in her footsteps and going to university for communications because she was a lecturer at UE in Jamaica.
Okay.
And so at that time, it was like a whole crisis. I was like maybe 17. I was like, I don't know what I want to do with my life. I'm going to go into communications. And I'm really glad that I did, in a sense, because again, it created that foundation. It created that like business acumen. So now that I've really decided, okay, now that I know my purpose is in music, I have that business acumen. I have all those things to support it. So I'm not just an artist. I can think in the background. I can think on stage.
You can become a business.
Exactly. Exactly. No, and I'm
That's
really
what it
grateful.
is.
And I realized that your journey is your own.
Yes.
Nothing happens by accident. Nothing at all. Everything happens for a reason. Her passing on as in the time I couldn't see why did that happen, but I realized that I still have so much to fill of her shoes. I literally actually wear her shoes because we're the same size. So every first thing that I do, I know that she's here with me in spirit.
Connected, absolutely.
And so I get to walk in her footsteps, and that's something that I'm really, really grateful for.
That's amazing. Like just that, you know what it is? I think I'm so amazed with right now is your level of consciousness. The idea of, everything happening for a reason. Again, you're saying things that I learned late in my life. You're 21 and you're speaking about the universe, that you have a direct relationship with it. You know what it's like to ask for something. You understand self-sabotage. Yeah. So what are some of the difficulties that you've had? Of course, losing someone close to you is very, very tough, but you're seeing how that's helped out. What are other things that have come up as barriers for you so far in your journey?
Yeah, you know what? There have been a lot of different barriers, and unfortunately, not everyone has been as accepting as the support systems that I've had. And yeah, being a colored woman has been a barrier sometimes, in the sense that like people always want to kind of put you in this box and like, oh, okay, so you're, I have a friend, I actually texted her last night, and I was like, hey, I'm going to be on TCN, and let your dad know that I'll probably rap for him, because I told him that I was an artist, and he was like, oh, so you're a rapper? I was like,
oh, wow. Yes, I am. I rap.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If
no.
you could be a rapping opera singer, though, you know
right?
much.
Like,
listen, listen, you need to gimmick that. You need to get on that. You need to get a writer. You start writing and start writing some lyrics and add that to your song. So thank you. See, everyone has a purpose. See, Dad? You see?
Thank you. But no, really though, like, and I find that like, and it's not even just about like people who, like, people don't always mean to be ignorant or stuff like that.
No,
it's more so that like you've seen this path all the time, and even artists ourselves, we tend to put ourselves in boxes. When you look at record labels, they profit off of creating genres, telling people what it is that they like, what it is they like to hear or see.
Absolutely.
And so what I realized is that when you stop allowing people to put you in a box, and when you stop putting yourself in a box, that's when you get things like Old Town Road. That's when you get things like Nas, or if you want to call him Big Nas, rapping to Beethoven. You know what I mean? And so what I like to do is I really consciously try not to put myself in any category. So yeah, I sing opera, but guess what? Like, I also do R&B, but guess what? I also choreograph dances, but guess what? Like, you know what I mean?
Speaking of which,
oh God, no!
Speaking of which, I think we have a video. Do we have one to begin or to end this one, Selena? All right, so we're gonna go on a break. It's perfect timing. And when we come back, she's laughing because she already knows. I've been digging. And we're gonna see just how many different flavors there are to our beautiful Christina Smith. We'll see you guys soon.
At Benjamin Law, we understand the real cost of personal injuries. As the victim of an accident, you may be the one who's physically hurt, but your main concern is that your family are the ones who will pay the price. Benjamin Law will be there for you, helping, supporting, and working tirelessly to resolve your personal injury case. Call 1-855-899-4878 or visit benjaminlaw.ca and let our family of lawyers help your family.
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity and our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.
I ain't gonna be cooking all day. I ain't your mama. I ain't gonna do your laundry. I ain't your mama. I ain't your mama. Boy, I ain't your mama. When you gonna get your act together? I ain't your mama. No, I ain't your mama. No, I ain't your mama. No, wake up, arise and shine. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's get to work on time. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No more playing video games. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Things are about to change. Round here, round here. We used to be crazy in love. Can we go back to how it was? When did you get too comfortable? 'Cause I'm too good for that. I'm too good for that. Just remember that. Hey, I ain't gonna be cooking all day. I ain't your mama. I ain't gonna do your laundry. I ain't your mama. I ain't your mama. Boy, I ain't your mama. When you gonna get your act together? I ain't your mama. No, I ain't your mama. No, I ain't your mama. No. Lucky to have these curves. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I did that. So I just got beat up. I got accosted on the scenes. Okay. She's like, no! Where did you get this from? No! Listen. Oh my God. Let me tell you something. When I was doing my research, I'm so glad that you're saying the fact that, yes, you do so many different things because, girl, you do. Because I have one more video. You don't know what that is. But actually, no. The last video is more on what you are doing now. So you were kind of, let's go back. Actually, I do have a couple questions. When you went to Jamaica, because your mom said that she wanted you to have a little bit more culture and kind of learn your family, where you guys came from now. How was that transition for you? I'm curious about that because when I read that part, I'm like, that was so weird. I've always heard of Jamaicans coming to Canada, so I know that transition, but to be born here, to go back there, and then to come back, what was that like?
Honestly, like I have to say that was such an amazing experience. In terms of the transition, I would say it was pretty fluid.
Okay.
Only because I had kept in contact with my family, and they were literally my immediate family. So
Okay.
we would have conversations on weekends and like, Grandpa, are you okay? And Grandma, you don't remember
Okay.
me, but you know, I'm your granddaughter. So like there was always that conversation.
Okay.
Moving back, I think because I was so young, because I was really only, I think I was 10.
Okay,
at the
so you're
time.
really young.
So I was flexible. It wasn't like I was leaving a lot. Obviously, you had your friends that you.
But
were
it's
leaving.
not like when you're 16 or 17 years old.
Exactly. But in terms of like schooling, that I think was the hardest thing for me because they have really high standards for you there.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I'm really, really passionate about. I always hate hearing stories about people coming from Jamaica and coming up here and being set back a year because they're not integrated enough, but really it's that you're saying they're not smart enough or they can't keep up. And really, like when I was in grade 5 there, Miss Christie, rest in peace, my favorite teacher to this day. Yeah, I was multiplying fractions, dividing fractions, doing all this stuff that we didn't actually start doing here until about grade 8, grade 9.
Yeah.
Right? And so, and they didn't make excuses for you. They didn't put you in an applied program because
You better learn.
No, you learned it, and they were patient with you, and the teachers, like, not that the teachers here don't care, but it's just that they take that extra step.
Yes.
Because they know that it takes a village to raise a child. They understand that.
Absolutely.
And so that education system was and it still is, extremely valuable to me. And that's one of the things that I really want to work on in my own life, is really getting kids to integrate better.
Yeah. Yes.
Not being set back because people don't believe in their potential. I think that is one of the worst things that you can do. And when people get bored, that's when they create problems in schools. That is when, let me say that again, when students get bored, that is when they create problems in schools. When they are busy, when they are challenged, they don't have time.
When they're supported.
Exactly, absolutely.
They won't give trouble. It's absolutely, you are 100% on. So with all this that you do, okay, I know you got picked up with Honey Jam.
Yeah.
Tell me about that, because I was going through their website and I'm just like, wow. Like there's just so much power. Talk to me about how that fusion happened.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I actually auditioned for Honey Jam. I don't think Ebony Rowe knows this, the founder. I auditioned for them 2 years ago, and I sang an original song that was called I Can't Stay, and that song was really about my relationship with my mom and just being able to branch out on my own, because I was kind of regretting not leaving for university at the time. But I auditioned that song, and I felt it in myself that I didn't bring my all, and I wasn't using my purpose to perform that, and so I didn't get in. But yeah, the year after that, I ended up doing an internship with Polaris Music Prize, which was extremely valuable. Shout out to Claire Dagenet, love you. But yeah, and again, with that, I was able to really get the knowledge of like the behind the scenes stuff. And so again, everything happens for a reason.
Absolutely.
So the next year, so actually no, that year they were doing a community development program with Polaris where they sent out tickets to different organizations that had like an aligned message.
Okay.
And so I said, you know, Honey Jam is a really great program. You guys should send them tickets and see like who they might bring. And so Claire was like, yeah, that's great. And I'm really grateful that they really, at Polaris, they really valued my opinion, even as an intern there for like 2 months.
That's cool.
Yeah, and so that's another principle I strongly believe in, karma.
Yeah.
Sending out good karma
always
comes back.
Absolutely.
And so this year I was like, you know what, let me re-audition, but I'm going to use my purpose.
Yes. Give it your all.
Exactly. And I said, what is it that makes me different? Yeah, I do sing opera. Let's try that.
It worked. So let's talk about We don't have too much time, so I do want to pull a few more things out of you. So you've signed up with Honey Jam. Did you have any difficulties there at first? Was that a very smooth transition for you? And we're going to get to this in a second. Thank you, Selena, because this is where you're actually going to be performing next. Right. And I don't know how much you're willing to give away about the show, but let's just talk about you kind of getting into Honey Jam, because now you've auditioned, you're in. How are things looking for you now?
Amazing. The opportunities that they've given us, like as artists, as people, like there's no way that I would have been able to pull that out on my own. And I love the fact that they give these artists these opportunities to artists who they know need it. Yes. You know what I mean? And so it's been amazing. Like we've gone to the OVO Summit. We did an artist launch where we got to sing for Elle Varner.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was that?
That was phenomenal.
How'd you do?
I think it was great. It was great. we got to kind of like create this mashup of her hit song "Only Want to Give It to You," and then one of her newer songs where she's kind of been experimenting with different genres, "Loving You Blind." And so I kind of was able to do a little bit of like my little opera stuff in there too.
Speaking of which, so are you gonna give any today? Are you gonna give? You don't listen. I'll say this. Okay, I'll give it away. So your last video is you singing. Okay. But it is classical. Yeah. There's nothing like. There's no way you can get around it. So I'll leave it up to you if you want to. But let's talk about Honey Jam and the concert happening on the 22nd of August, yes?
That's right, yeah.
Let's put that back up. Yes, thank you, Selena.
Yep,
so what do people have to expect?
So I don't want to give away too much.
Okay.
But what I will say is that this, for anyone who has ever been a part of my journey as an artist, this encompasses a lot.
Okay.
I've put a lot of my heart, my soul, as cheesy as that sounds, I put a lot of vulnerability into this performance, and it's still growing, it's still transitioning and transforming, but it's one that really tells my story in a way that I don't think I could have said in words. Don't think I could have written it down and posted it. Like it, yeah. I'm really excited. A lot of people have been on board. Elaine Overholt, who was the vocal coach in that photo that you showed earlier.
Do we have that photo again?
Yeah, she.
And don't worry, take your time, Selena, because I know it's a. There it is.
Yeah, Elaine. 2 sessions. Like when I tell you, she has been amazing. Like she's helped me just really tap into the vulnerability and embrace it. And so I'm really grateful for that. And I know that this performance, I owe this to a lot of people who have really invested time and energy and support for me. So I'm excited. So come see me and 19 other amazing female artists at the Honey Jam concert. It does part of the proceeds do go towards the YWCA's programs for women and girls. So
Beautiful.
It's a really, really good cause.
Beautiful. So we have like a minute left.
Okay.
So do you want to sing? Do you want me to just throw on the video? I can do that. Listen, you know what? No. If they want to hear you singing, you know what? This is what we're going to do. Nothing ain't free here, okay? Where can they find you? Tell them where they can find you on social media.
Yep, so you can find me on Instagram, TNA.Smith. You can also find me on Facebook, TNA.SmithMusic. Yeah, TNA.Smith was already taken, so, you know.
Because your name is Tina, it should be T-I-N-A, about T.NA.
But you know what, there's already Tina Turner, and I feel like, you know.
Okay. All right, Miss Lady.
We'll see. But yeah, you can find me on social media, and then you can also find me like somewhere in Scarborough.
She's going to be at Honey, so go there. And I'm going to play. I just want you guys to understand a little bit of what you might have in store for you. I want to first of all say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was really cool to have you on. We caught our jokes, girl. We caught some jokes. It was fun. Selena, thank you for making us look wonderful today. And Dave, of course, always making sure that we sound good, look good. I'm going to leave you guys with a little bit of Christina, Miss T.NA, Tina, Miss Smith, who might be related because we're both Smith. But we're going to talk about that at a later date. You guys have a wonderful Friday, and we'll see you next week on In the Now. Bye.
Bye.